Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to our weekly live show. I hope you are all having a great start to your year. Happy 2023. It is the first week of January and we are starting a brand new year. So much momentum. So excited to be with all of you here. Let me know if you're watching me live. Where are you joining me from? Today, we are going to be covering pricing for your music business, my strategies and insights. So let me know, where are you joining me from? Are you excited to talk about this topic of pricing? If you're new to my world, my name is Fabiana Claure. I am a pianist and a business strategist for musicians. I'm the founder and CEO of the Musicians Profit Umbrella, a global business mentorship program that helps musicians around the world build, grow, and scale their businesses online so that they can create the financial and artistic prosperity that they want and deserve, and especially do it without sacrificing their quality of life. So I want to talk about pricing today because this is something that I see so often in the work that I do coaching musicians. The questions about how should you go about pricing your services? What parameters should you use? What should you look at? Should you use with the other, what other competitors are you charging as a reference? Should you price it based on what you need? And I want to tell you that I don't think there is a one size fits all approach to this. I want to start by saying that pricing is very personal, especially if you are a musician entrepreneur, you're building your brand, you're building a business that is about all of your skills, that is about your experiences, it is about your superpowers, the things that you can do to help others achieve a certain result. A lot of the pricing can feel like it needs to be tied to your sense of worthiness. So the first thing I want to eliminate in this conversation is the feeling that you need to price based on your worth. Here's why I don't like thinking of it in those terms. It's because the reality is, no matter whether you're in the early stages of your business or advanced stages of your business or early stages of your career or advanced stages of your career, you will always be priceless. You are worthy. You are unique. You have so much to offer. And you have your own experiences that have brought you to this moment in your life, right? So when you think about what are you really pricing then? What is the parameter to establish a price? It's really going to come down to what's the value of your result? What does that value look like for your potential client? And then what are your potential financial goals? How much money do you want to make? And what is the result that you provide for your clients, right? What's that ultimate benefit? It's going to be really important that you can articulate that with a lot of clarity. It's going to be really important that you are comfortable explaining why your services can change your ideal clients' lives for the better. In which way? You don't want to simply think, well, I'm just selling piano lessons. Like, what's the big deal? Like, how could I price it XYZ if it's just piano lessons? There should be no just before your description of what you do. You would always want to have complete confidence in what you're creating and be able to say, you know what, this is the value. This is the result that I provide with my services. This is how much it's worth for my ideal clients. This is how much it impacts them, right? And even if you have a hard time quantifying the exact correlation between what it's worth and what it's in the actual result that you provide, I want you to really ultimately know that when it comes to pricing, it's all about perception. Money, pricing are all really just a result of your energy and a result of your confidence. If you are the first person that you can sell yourself, your offer, meaning if you believe in the value of your offer with such conviction and such confidence, you will be able to transmit that belief into your ideal clients. When you're having enrollment conversations, you'll be able to stand in your authority and say, this is what it looks like to work with me. Let's talk about it, and these are the results that you can expect. And this is why I know that I can help you, right? But if you are not convinced about the value of what you're doing, right? If there's any part in your perception of yourself, any feeling of imposter syndrome, any part of what you're doing that you feel, I'm not sure that it's really worth this, then that insecurity is going to transmit to your potential client. And no matter what price you decide to put on that, they're not going to buy because they're not feeling safe. They're not feeling confident in what you have to offer, right? So I want to make sure that you understand that the first person that you need to convince yourself around pricing is you. You are the first client you need to sell to. Because once you really have the clarity around, what is it that my program, that my service, that my artistry provides for my ideal clients, in what way does it help them, right? And then from there, if you can define clearly and say, this is the result that you can expect by working with me. Here's how it would look like for us to do this. And here's some examples. Obviously, if you can get testimonials and case studies of people that you have helped create that result, right? You can make it really tangible for your clients. Then that just boosts your confidence. That allows you to feel that, what, this is a steal of a deal. It's a bargain. Like, there's absolutely no reason why this would not be worth it to my ideal client, right? So that's the first thing, is like, make sure that whatever pricing you choose, it's not so much about the number, it's more about the result. Are you confident in your ability to get people a specific result that is valuable? Once you get that clarity, once you understand, what that result does for your potential clients, then you connect it with your personal financial goals, right? What income would you like to create, right? And for example, a lot of my clients, they want to break the 6-figure mark, or maybe they are at 6 figures and they want to pass that. I want to go into multiple 6 figures, 7 figures. You're going to want to ask yourself, what would be in the next 6 to 12 months an ideal income that would allow me to reach my financial goals, my personal goals, my family goals, that if I could reverse engineer the price point based on that goal, no matter what other people are charging, like, this is going to feel great. I'm going to feel compelled to over deliver. I'm going to feel excited to really know that, the work that I'm doing is being appreciated, is being compensated properly. And I'm energized and I'm motivated. You know why? Because that confidence, that excitement is only going to attract more powerful conversations, and more potential clients are going to want to come to you and work with you because you are in this place of excitement. The problem with not pricing your services correctly, or thinking that you need to undervalue your prices or undercut your prices for whatever reason, whether it's because you're starting, or whether it's because you only have a few testimonials, you don't have that many, or whether it's because your competitors are charging X, Y, Z, A, B, C, you are going to need to come to your authority and really ask yourself, ultimately, what's unique about me? What's unique about the way I help my clients get a result? Right? And if you can't articulate that, then that's a red flag. That's probably why you're not comfortable raising your rates or charging the prices that could help you actually reach your financial goals. It's because you are not bought into it. You are not convinced yet. So that's what I would say as you're looking into pricing your music business. Number one strategy is, first of all, separate yourself from your business. Like, don't feel that the price you're putting right now it's like what you're actually worth. You know why? I have had clients who've come in and they've started with prices and they've charged $5,000 for 6 months of their cello lesson programs. And now they're charging $7,000 for their 6 months, and then may go higher and higher and higher from that. Does that mean they're more worthy than they were when they started with their initial $5,000 price point? Or if they started with something below that? Does it mean that they were less worthy when they were charging less? No. They were priceless at the beginning of the journey, and they're priceless now. And if they double their prices and start charging more, they're still going to be priceless. They are priceless. You are priceless. So number one, separate yourself, your sense of worthiness, from the price that you decide to put. Because guess what? You may start with a price, and in a few months, you may decide, you know what? I want to charge a different rate now. I have different financial goals, and I want to create a different price point for the services that I provide. And that's okay, right? So you want to have that flexibility to not feel that you need to get this or this or this or this extra certification, or these other things that are going to prove to you. You need to be able to calmly ground yourself and say, these are the prices that I'm choosing for now. And in 3 or 4 months or 6 months or a year, I may choose completely different prices. I may find different ways to add more value into the offer, right? Not into you, but into the offer. And I may change my prices altogether. So also being able to approach this concept of pricing from a gamification standpoint, meaning look at it as a game. Don't take yourself too seriously. Don't worry too much about what other people are going to think or say or do. Because ultimately your price is your price. It's personal. Like, you get to decide. It's based on what you want and based on your financial goals. And everyone has their own financial goals, right? So when you start seeing this idea of like ultimately the perception of value is what you're going to want to focus on. What can you do to create a higher perception of value of you as a brand? What can you do to increase that perception of value of the services that you provide, right? What can you do to communicate effectively the result that you can help people achieve in a way that gives you the confidence to be able to stand in your ground and stand in your authority and share your prices? What are those things that you need to do internally in order to externally get the results that you want? Right? So I want to encourage you, if this resonates with you and if you're potentially curious around like, what could I do to get that clarity around my price point, around how to build, my offer in a way that, makes sense, that feels aligned with me, and that is something that I feel excited about sharing, I'm going to invite you to book a call with me at fabianaclaure.com/connect so that we can chat about it. I'd be happy to connect with you and discuss, what are some ways that you could potentially review your pricing, and how can you start re-engineering the way you work and the way you value your services and the way you set up your prices so that it is more in alignment with your financial goals for 2023. I hope you enjoyed this session. Let me know what questions you have. And if you have any special requests or you would like for me to talk about something specific in next week's live show, do post it in the chat. My team is always monitoring the comments and we look forward to supporting you and connecting with you in any way we can. Thanks for watching. Let's prosper together.